Hello everyone, I'm your host Fuujisake and welcome back to the Glass Dome. As each person enters the dome, they are handed a glass mask. As they put it on, they feel a rush of energy enter them, lifting them up, making them feel lighter than ever. This strange feeling leaves us questioning what the dome has planned for us tonight. All of a sudden, its walls start expanding far and wide and starts filling up with water. Not to be alarmed, this is perfectly safe. The dome turns into a vast, dark blue ocean, and in the distance, we can see a light approaching us. Although intrigued with what it might be, I notice something else. The doors of the dome are still open. Who can we possibly be waiting for? As the last person walks in, I suddenly remember why all of this is bound to happen. As the doors shut behind him, we welcome tonight's guest of honor, Overscorn.
Hello, Glass Dome listeners. I am Overscorn, also known as Jamie. I guess it's kind of the other way around, but you know. I am 20 years old and I'm from Newcastle upon Tyne in sunny, tropical England. You know, very nice weather over here, notoriously. And I make Frutiger aero music, I guess is what it's called now. I didn't even know this was a thing when I started making music. I didn't know this was a whole genre of people. But it's great to be on here, man. Like, I've never been on a radio station. I've never even had an interview or anything, so this is my first time doing this. So it's very exciting opportunity.
And it's even more of a pleasure to have you join us here tonight. I mean, look how beautiful the dome is, thanks to you. The light we saw earlier turns out to be much more than that. As we approach it, it turns out to be a beautiful coral reef, with all sorts of vibrant rainbow colors and animals. Fading in from the background, we hear some of the best of Overscorn. Playing first is My Thoughts Are Stored on a USB drive.
Fuujisake.
Just like we're diving deep into this ocean, we just took a deep dive into your discography. The last song we heard was Red Light, which was a part of your first few singles released on Spotify that were all in the future funk style, completely different from what you make today. What made you gravitate towards this vaporwave subgenre, and what did it mean to the new Overscorn?
To be honest, the music that I make is just kind of like whatever I'm like fixated on at that moment. So like in 2022 when I released those 4 singles, I was really obsessed with future funk, which it's actually a subgenre of vaporwave, I'm pretty sure. It's a bit more, upbeat and lighthearted and happy and funky and dancey. You can't really dance to vaporwave unless you're like slow dancing. Vaporwave slow dance. That needs to be a thing. But, I've always been a big fan of vaporwave since like 2016. I think Pyrocynical's intro in like 2016, bro, that put me on so much music. I love vaporwave, it's so sick. But yeah, I was listening to a lot of George Clanton around that time. So, like Esprit. I love Esprit, those like first 2 albums, I think. Unbelievable stuff. That really made me go, oh, I could make vaporwave, that might be fun. And also Naked Flames, big inspiration. Really good musician. It Is What It Is what the album is called. I think it's a mixtape actually, but it's like the same thing. Unbelievable stuff that like with the kind of low quality sounding like compressed stuff. It sounds like it's like you're in a part of the internet that's like been hidden away from the world for like years, and that's kind of like the vibe that I wanted to go with on my first album. 2003 Toyota Corolla, like sampling Nintendo eShop music and making it also like have the same vibe as like the Naked Flame album before. Like I said, I was like, whoa, this is really actually cool. I could do something like this, and I thought, hey, we'll do some vaporwave. But for the new Overscorn, I'm kind of going in the direction of like, if you notice, my songs don't have that low quality grittiness to them anymore. I'm kind of going with the more clean Frutiger aero style, like of like a big clean city, like a futuristic city. And like the drumming on the new one and stuff, I kind of want to go moving into like drum and bass kind of area. Well, not drum and bass, but jungle.
It's very exciting to see how far you've come with your music, and I definitely think we can make vaporwave slow dance a thing. With you here and this vibe tonight, let's play some of my favorite vaporwave tracks of yours. Let's start off with one of your newer singles, Sentimental Interface.
Fuujisake.
landscape, I start to wonder what could be behind all of this. Not only this ocean, but behind some of your greatest music. So, Overscorn. Your first album, Highfalutin, in my opinion, is one of your strongest works. It really paves the way to your future releases. The inspiration from the infamous Frutiger era aesthetic is very prominent, but it's not the only one you include on the record. There are many drone-like ambient tracks that mix very well with the rest. What inspired you to include a more diverse range of styles rather than sticking to one like most vaporwave electronica artists do? And is there any story behind the artistic direction you took when making Highfalutin?
Yeah, a lot of people seem to really like Highfalutin. I mean, it's the most popular album, especially like the top 3 songs on there. They're like my biggest songs, just anyways. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of the direction I wanted to go with. I didn't have much of a listener base anyways. I think I had like 50 monthly listeners on Spotify when I released Highfalutin. So I didn't really put it out as like, oh, this is going to be something big. To be honest, it was for my A-level computer, which is like high school, I think, in America. It was my computer science project, and I made like some like shitty ass game that was so buggy, but it's fine. I got a decent grade on it, and I was like, oh, I need to make music for this, and I was like, oh, well, this is a good opportunity to make some. So a lot of the songs on there I just used for that game that I made. It was a very fun experience, and I was like, I actually really enjoyed producing again, because like I was kind of on a break from it. I wasn't really that interested in it. Now it's like I am very interested in it because I got fans. The drone tracks on there are like, it's very much like Selected Ambient Works Volume 2 from AFX Twin. That was a big inspiration for those, because that's a lot more ambient than like, you know, the classic, the AFX album. But I sort of just wanted it to be an electronic album. A lot of it was just stuff that I'd been working on anyways, and I was like, I might as well put it out. Like Empty Field is like one of my favourite songs I've ever made, and that's literally just me messing about with some drone and ambient piano, because it was a piano originally, and I just put so much reverb on it that I just turned into that, and it sounds like it was originally going to be called Wind Song, because it sounds like really windy. But I thought, oh, Empty Field sounds cooler, because it's like, I don't know, it's kind of ominous, which is like the whole vibe of the album. But yeah, like I said, like the more recent stuff, very much Naked Flames inspired. My most recent song, that was very much inspired by Elysia. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but they're really nice. I've spoken to them before. Really good music, really good Frutiger music. I'm sure most people who are in that scene know about them because very popular. And they're kind of like more brighter, more hopeful Frutiger sounding music. I quite like that.
Wow, I can't believe such, in my opinion, sophisticated album come from a class assignment. I mean, I guess it shows to prove that you can make something great by just making something with no specific endgame. As we keep listening to the music, we keep drifting further into the ocean, and it's calmer and way darker now. A perfect time to experience some of your ambient works. Let's hear Remembrance.
Just in the same way as you don't focus your attention on how you make your thyroid gland function, so in the same way you don't have any attention focused on how you shine the sun. So then, let me connect this with the problem of birth and death, which puzzles people enormously, of course. Because in order to understand what the self is, you have to remember that it doesn't need to remember anything. Just like you don't need to know how you work your thyroid gland. So then, when you die, you're not going to have to put up with everlasting non-existence, because that's not an experience. A lot of people are afraid that when they die, they're going to be locked up in a dark room forever. And sort of undergo that. But one of the most interesting things in the world. This is a yoga, this is a way of realization. Try and imagine what it will be like to go to sleep and never wake up. Think about that. Children think about it. It's one of the great wonders of life. What will it be like to go to sleep and never wake up? And if you think long enough about that, something will happen. You will find out, among other things, that it'll pose the next question to you. What was it like to wake up after having never gone to sleep? That was when you were born.
We've swam so far that I think we're close to the other shore. We got here in no time. Speaking about time, Overscorn, let's fast forward to your most recent release, Archived Memories of a Forgotten Future. It has a way brighter sound and much lighter tone than your other projects like highfalutin and even your cartridge AP. It also came with an astonishingly good visual by Save Room to match the perfect song. What does this shift mean to the future of Overscorn? Is it just an experimental period or part of a larger project?
Yeah, Archive Memories of a Forgotten Future. I released that like last month, I think. It was probably nearly 2 months ago now. But yeah, it's got a much brighter tone. It's a lot more bouncy, I guess I would say, with like the drumming especially and like the water running. I quite like that. It's like I like to think of it as like you're kind of sitting on like a big field just outside of a big city. Like the album cover that I made, I'll try to like, when I was visualizing the song, that's kind of how I wanted it. And even though there's fish floating about, I think it'd probably be on acid or something like that if there were fish floating about in a field, to be honest. But kind of just sitting on a field, chilling, looking at the city, listening to all the sounds and stuff, and like there's like a little stream beside you or something. The Save Room visual's so cool. I mean, I've seen their stuff around just like on Reels and TikTok and stuff, just like passing by, and I was like, oh, they do commissions, I'm pretty sure. So I hit them up, like I think it was a few months ago. It was when Sentimental Interface came out, and I was like just questioning, and it was like, oh yeah, they told me how much it was and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, that's interesting. And I never really got round to them, and then I was like, yo, I should probably do it for this song, because I think this could be my next big song, because I really love that song. It's really good, in my opinion, you know, not to glaze, but the visual's really cool. It did really well on TikTok and Reels, so it got a lot of traction to my page and theirs. But for the future of Overscorn, ooh, I think we will be going in more of a drummy, happy kind of vibe, more Frutiger era than what it was, because my original album, it was quite like gloomy and sort of, you know, felt like you're in the back rooms of the internet is the way I like to describe it. But yeah, I mean, it's been fun to experiment like that. I got a few more songs lined up. I should be releasing the new one in November or December, it depends. I'm thinking of releasing a new album as well by the summer. You know, if I actually get it done, I'm pretty bad when it comes to actually getting work done when it comes to music. It tends to just be like on the fly type of thing. But it's exciting stuff. I mean, I've grown quite a lot in the past year or so. I went from like a few thousand to now 113,000 as of recording this, which is just absolutely mental. I never thought I would even get anywhere near that. It's to the point where I can nearly live off it, which is crazy. Well, as well as my student loans, of course, but still, it's mad. I'm very thankful for it. I feel very lucky to be able to do it.
Man, I'm really happy that something like this brings you so much success and motivation for the future. I mean, in my like cabinet file of artists I listen to, you're in that category of artists that I have faith in and that I'm like parasocially proud of. I mean, with the arts in general being such a competitive field and ones that garnish major success seem to be pushed into this mold where everything seems to be the same, it's really refreshing to see art like yours do well, because it tells me that there are people that like things that are out of the box and something that is true to the artist, and it gives me a ton of hope for the near future. Talking about what's near, I think we arrived to the other shore. As we step out of the water, we face the grass field that's right before the green glow city. The air is crisp and fresh and is reminiscent of sweet citrus. Let's enjoy these last few moments with some of Overscorn's classics and his new hit single, Archived Memories of a Forgotten Future.
Fuujisake.
Thank you to everyone who tuned in on this dazzling evening with us. A huge thank you again to our amazing guest Overscorn for being the star of this week. You can follow him and his music on Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify at OVERCORN. Again, that's OVERCORN. For voting on next week's theme and general show updates, follow me at FUUJISAKE. Again, that's FUUJISAKE on Instagram and all other platforms. Along with the streaming on 22 West Radio, this episode will be available on YouTube and for a limited time on SoundCloud. Thank you again for visiting the Glass Dome, and I'll see you again on your next visit next Wednesday.